I told you I would be back because there was a really exciting palette that was coming out, and I present to you the Death palette, which is another extension of Cosmic Brush's tarot card inspired like line. I guess at this point it's a line, but do you see this color story? Oh, it's so good. It's so me. I love it. I opened it and I literally gasped. So we're going to get into this. I'm also going to start off by showing you guys some comparisons of like their previous palettes compared to this one. If you think it looks similar to some, that's up to you to decide. But this is so pretty and I'm so excited to dig into this. Another 20 pan palette. It opens this way. Is that not gorgeous? But let's start with their last year's holiday palette, the 'Tis the Season. So there's these two side by side. Why am I so awkward? Hold on. And here's those two. The only like similarity I would say is like maybe this shade here and the purple, but we can actually swatch those purples. I can definitely tell you that the new purple is much deeper and more cool toned for sure. Okay, definitely no crossover. And then we'll go into the shade Ginger and Self-Awareness. Those are those two shades. So definitely different. Okay, so the next palette is Sinister. So here's Sinister. I would say that this one is maybe like it's definitely the closest in comparison. So there you have that. Let's compare the purple and the red. This is Sinister, and this is definitely still way more cool toned, which I'm happy about. And then there's this deep berry-like shade. These two are from Sinister, and this one is from the new one. So those are those shades. Okay, so here's the two reds from Sinister compared to the new one in the Death palette. Definitely would say this one's more deeper, this one's more orangey, and this one is just like a true red, I would say. I don't know if like you can really see with my lights, but this one's way more orange toned. So this one is from the new one. This is Sinister. So definitely no crossovers yet. So the next palette I wanted to put next to it was Cool Trolls, and I definitely don't think there's any crossovers in this one. But let me put them side by side so you guys can see. There you have it. So this is the shade Cool Troll to the new shade Closure from the Death palette. And then the last one I thought of was Smolder, but then putting them side by side, it's just not the same at all. But right off the bat, I see Spontaneous from Smolder, and I'm going to compare it to, yeah, Closure, once again, that other shade that I just showed. So these two, which are a little bit similar. They're both definitely like that cool tone, like bluish gray. So, okay, and then here's side by side. I hope this is helpful. Yeah, I definitely don't think there's any like crossovers, but that's up to you to decide. Again, like you might feel like there's too many similarities and you might have all these palettes already and think, okay, I don't need that. But again, that's up to you to decide. If you see this in the back moving, I have a new little kitten, which he is here. Come here. Oh, never mind, he ran. But when he comes back, I'll show you guys him. He's so cute. I'm going to put swatches up. I took some clips of swatches, a photo. They're not my best swatches. I mean, I'm going to do official swatches, which I can post just regular. And then, of course, they'll be on my Instagram and all of that. So here's my little baby. Isn't he so cute? This is Tino, like Cappuccino. Of course, he's not happy being up here, but he's very playful and cute. But I'm going to let him go because he looks uncomfortable. I'm going to pull my hair back because it's all crazy. I went to a concert the other night, so I like crimped all my hair, and yeah, I've been exhausted since because I'm too old to be traveling to New York City and standing in a crowd for hours. But I did, and I also took the subway and all that, and I'm like, look at me getting out of the house and going on adventures and stuff. But yeah, if y'all like rock, alt music, new metal, all that type of vibe, check out Jutes. Jutes. Obsessed. I'm fully engulfed obsessed. I don't really know what I want to do, but I'm thinking of like just something fun. Like I did something like this one time, and I just love like the sparkly, blown out, messy blends. And that way I could use like a bunch of different shades and stuff like that. But I'm going to definitely start with these cool tones at the top and maybe mix like this row in. I feel like that could be fun. We'll see. We'll just go with the flow like I always do. Okay, I'm actually going to start with the black shade. And I'm going to just build it up here on this outer part. I'm gonna do my best to stay in frame. I'm sure it's so annoying for you guys to watch me like fall out of frame all the time. I'm so sorry. I'm just like bad with this whole thing, but I really appreciate everybody who watches my videos. I don't get a lot of views and stuff like that. I don't really care about that, but like I appreciate the connections and the comments, and you guys are just great. It's just like, it's such a big difference from Instagram. Like how sweet you guys are, and yeah, I appreciate you. But yeah, this is a very pigmented black. I'm gonna have to blend this out. So now that I packed that on, I'm just going to blend out these edges. Drag this over a little bit. But yeah, so how I got the kitty cat. So where I live, there's a lot of ferals, and my mother-in-law, she's like the neighborhood cat lady, I guess you could call her. And occasionally we get some kittens that'll show up. I'm going in with the shade challenges, which is that like deep, deep blue. So we get some kittens that'll show up here and there. And it's been a while since we've seen kittens, and I don't know, he must have lost his way, whatever. We heard him meowing in the driveway, and he was hiding under the deck. I live in Queens, so the houses are very close together, and he was like hiding under the deck, and I was trying to get him, and he just kept running, and oh my god, it was torture for those 3 days that he was out there crying all day, because he just wouldn't let me get him. We tried food, and like, because we have so many other cats that we feed, it's hard to put a trap out for them because all the other cats will get trapped too. Like they usually kind of just mess it up because they want the food, and then they go in and they get trapped, and we're like, okay. So it's just like a waiting game, you know. And he happened to end up on the other side of the house where my door to my apartment is, and my mother-in-law was out there, and because I live in the basement, when I walk outside, I was eye level to where he was under my barbecue. And so I guess it wasn't intimidating for him because I wasn't standing over him, so he didn't like try to run. And my mother-in-law, I'm like, distract him, like keep calling him, put your hand out so he's focused on you, and I'll, you know, I grabbed him at the right moment. I snatched him up, if you will. But like the second I grabbed him, like he didn't even fight. Like usually like ferals, they'll freak out and fight and like squirm. Like he was just like, take me. Oh, he was so sweet. Now that I think about it, I'm like, okay, this cat, the amount of fleas we pulled off of him, and we gave him a bath, and the water that was falling off of him was like so bloody and dirty. He was definitely anemic. Like the fleas were just eating him alive. That's why the blood was just like coming out of his fur, dripping off of his paws in the sink while we were washing him. And because he was so skinny, we couldn't like give him a flea bath because the chemicals could kill him. He was under 2 pounds. So we had to wait to like fatten him up, and he sure is pudgy now. But he's a happy kitty. He's playing now, but like the first few days he was like really weak. Overall healthy though. But you know, he was out there without his mommy. He was super tiny. But yeah, he's doing so good, and my son absolutely loves him, and he loves my son, which is funny because my son like imprisoned him. Oh my god. In prisons. Why can't I say that word? He locks him up. And traps him, like, you know, and I'm like, you can't force the cat to stay, but you know. Anyway, these shadows are blending out really nice. But yeah, I was gonna bring the cat to a shelter, and like a place that I am very familiar with, that I rescue a lot of animals and bring to. So I was gonna bring him there because I know that he would have gotten adopted very quickly. He's beautiful. He's so cute. He was super tiny, and most people, they want kittens, you know. Nobody. It sucks that nobody wants like the older cats, and it breaks my heart. But I at least knew that I was confident he would get adopted. But we like all collectively fell in love with him, so he's still here. Anyway, I'm using the shade Closure. I'm gonna blend this out, and I'll be right back. I'm using a clean brush to go over this. So going back into that dark blue, and I'm just building that back up, and then I'm gonna blend it again. And with my blending, I go back and forth to just keep building the colors up once I lose them. I'm just going in with this black liner around my lash line. It's a little messy, but I will be fixing that. And also the shadow's gonna go there too, but I want it like nice and dark and smoky and grungy. I love these types of shades. Like, it's so yummy. Sorry, I'm just blending out this liner into my lower lash line. I feel like I want to bring this out a little bit more. So I'm going to go into the shade Closure just a little bit at a time. And I'm going to try to bring this down this way. So that way it's like that. So it's not going so like up and kind of just going out instead. I'm going to have to bring this dark blue back in here. You know, I'm looking at this and it's kind of giving me the previous palette, Starlight Society, but in a more grungier way. But let me show you them side by side. Completely different, but these colors are kind of giving like a more grungier sunset vibe that Starlight Society gave me. Okay, so here's both of them side by side. It's kind of the same vibe, but like more dark, moody, grungy, right? Yeah, I love that. Yeah, I'm just gonna cover my whole lid with the black, or I was gonna say maybe I should use my Danessa paint, but whatever. Just covering that. And I definitely want to go in with this blue shade. I can't resist a good blue shimmer, but yeah, that's the vibe. Definitely gonna like lighten up this look too. That is so pretty. It's just so shiny and metallic. I don't think it's very shifty. Oh my god, it's so pretty. I am such a sucker for shades like this. Okay, for the inner part, I think I'm gonna do Transformation, which is this one. Nope, sorry, this one. It's like a pinky. I feel like that would look nice on the inner corner where like those other ones are. Might need a base for this. It's gonna show up as gold though, but that's okay. This one is like a duochrome. Got like a nice little gold pink. Shit, I'm just blend it into there. What should I do for the inner corner? Maybe I'll just kind of drag it into there. Sorry, I'm out of frame again. Like that. Kind of want to use this silver too. Oh yeah, that's pretty. This is the shade. I don't know, Roman numerals. I had to decide if I want to do gems or liner. I think I'm going to do liner. Yeah. 2024, I did this look, and I never... It was just something I was playing around with, but I liked it. It wasn't like an official look. I was kind of just playing with liners. That I don't know if a brand released it. I don't remember. But I have it saved, like, because I wanted to do it. And I think that would be pretty cool. Wouldn't that be cool? I think that'll be cool. Do it like black and silver or something. Well, I'm gonna attempt. I'm gonna attempt. To put the silver here just for a little sparkle. I think that's okay. Just carefully placing it. I could always go back over with the black liner if I mess up a little bit. Yeah, it looks better. I'm gonna find some gems to like add to like just a few because like why not? Like little silvery studs or something. Okay, I went ahead and added lashes, and this is the final look. I love it. I love it so much. The colors, the mattes, everything is just so beautiful. Always look so crazy with just one eye done, but focus on this. Just focus on that eye. And yeah, I wish I had more time to do the other eye. To be honest too, it sounds weird, but like I am not good at doing my makeup on this eye because this eye is so hooded. So like anytime I try, I like can only do like simple stuff because it never like works out that great. But this is a beautiful palette. I knew that I was gonna love this. I also love Cosmic Beauty's eyeshadow formula. Their shimmers are gorgeous. I like that they don't put a ton of multi-chromes because then it leaves the palette affordable, but still like the shades are still really special. Yeah, I hope they continue with this like tarot card series that they seem to be doing. This is my favorite one thus far. And then it would be Starlight Society, and then I think it was called The Lovers. But yeah, the Starlight Society I've been thinking about a lot, and I want to use that palette again. But like this is my new favorite for sure, next to that green palette that they did, like the murky greens. Those two, those are my top faves so far. So yeah, I am really excited to dive into this. I'm definitely going to be doing another look for this to post for Instagram for like a reels, but yeah, 10 out of 10. Love this. I love it a lot. I'm glad to have this in my collection. Had it not been sent in PR, I probably would have picked it up myself. But yeah, I hope that this video was helpful with the comparisons and stuff like that. I know I don't like get too deep into it, but want to be as helpful as possible. But the formula in this is great. There's not, I think there's two multi-chromes technically. I would think it would be this one and this one, which is like a hollow. I know you can't really like see, but I'll post photos, of course, so you can see. But the rest of them are pretty much duochromes or like really high shine metallics. So I think there's some really great shimmers in this one especially, and they're very like, they're not squishy. Some of them are a little more slick and emollient, but yeah, the only one that I would say has like a little bit of a chunk to it is like this one here. It's like a little thicker. And maybe this one is like a thicker particle size. But do you see these two shades are absolutely my favorites. I'm so glad that I used them. They look cute. But yeah, I'm going to stop chatting. This is probably going to be a long video. I'm going to try to edit down as much as possible. But thank you for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me. And let me know what you think about this palette and which one is your favorite from their little tarot card series that they've done so far. And yeah, I would love to hear about it. And yeah, I will be back soon. I will be back soon. I will be back soon. Have a good day.